Hi, welcome to an episode of 365 Unplugged. I am Loryan Strant, joined as always by...
I'm still Alistair Pugin. I'm not offended by anyone on YouTube, and that's my official take on today's episode of 365 Unplugged. Just a disclaimer, so if anyone's going to be watching the rest of the 14 minutes, know that this show is a technology show that is engrossed in satire and parody. If you're looking for a training seminar, go and look at the rest of the Regarding 365 team. This is not training.
And if you're looking at roadmap things and when features released, do a Bing search or Google search for Microsoft 365 roadmap, and you'll find the first result is the Microsoft 365 roadmap. So now I'm going to have a good sip of Corona while I sit here with my custom background of me. And Al, you've got a vape as well.
I'm touching my face.
Don't forget
to vape. I just want to touch my face. Oh, you mean this, right? We are...
Yeah, don't forget to vape, because that's an issue.
So for those that are new to the show...
offended.
For those that are new to the show, please expect some technical capability that comes out of this, based on the opinions of myself and Loryan, and the rest of the time, if you don't find us amusing, don't bother watching again.
Yeah. We're just talking shit. So look, we're going to do a little bit of a different spin this time. So instead of doing the paper, rock, scissors...
I want to do the rock, paper, scissors, Loryan. I want to talk about what I hate about Zoom. What do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about what I hate about Microsoft Teams.
Okay, well, I don't think the rock... We'll go with that. I forget Zoom. I want to know more about what you hate about Microsoft Teams. And notice how I'm actually not up against one Loryan. I'm up against the Loryans.
A room full of Loryans, yes.
A room full of... What do you call a room full of Loryans, Loryan?
What do I hate about Microsoft Teams? The users.
Are we jumping straight into that now?
Let's just jump straight in. I hate the users. Because the product, sure, it has its quirks, it has its foibles, and no, I'm not going to get into defending it. But let's talk about the things that people do wrong. Simple one, starting a new thread instead of replying. People blame the UI, and sure, the UI has its things, but that's on you to look at what you're replying to and what you're posting. That's on you. Because I don't know, I've been using it for 3 years, and I think I've only had that happen to me once or twice. So that's mine. What do you got?
I've got a few things, right? So I'd like to talk about...
Let's do one at a time. Come on, let's not hog the mic here. You do one, I'll do one. I've broken him.
Hold on 2 seconds.
Dude, we're recording a show.
You see, that's the first thing, right? When recording or when actually doing anything inside of Teams, how do you remain focused, right? Because people do not like the idea of the little red ballie or the little green ball that's next to your presence, the presence icon. If people even know what a presence icon, ball, whatever you want to call it is.
Yeah, that's right. People don't actually understand what presence means. They haven't for many years with Skype, and they ignore presence anyway. So I think there's a certain etiquette to it, which is, hey, if someone's showing us busy, or hover over them for a second, look at, does it show that they're busy in a meeting or in a call? Because that red ball means 3 different things. A really good example is you've set a status message in yours that says, basically, there's 2 things that I like, which is, or 2 things that I give priority to, and forgive me, correct me, like me and people who are nice to me. There is no 3, and if you're not number 2, you can't be number 1, then that's it. And I've got kind of similar, which is I'm often set to D&D or focusing. So I have a status message saying, hi, I'm constantly set to D&D or focus mode. So do feel free to leave a message, but I'll get to it when I'm ready, not just because, it's urgent. So yeah, that's a big, but you've kind of got me on a roll here. That whole distraction thing, right? People not paying attention in meetings. People do this in person when they're sitting at their computer doing stuff, And you can see their eyes on the screen, though, when you're doing it on a call, moving around the whole time. Here's the thing. Pay fucking attention.
Did you just
Show some
demonetize this
respect.
channel?
Oh, I don't care about money. I care about people being humans to each other. Respect the other person in the room, in the virtual room. Pay attention. And do you know what? People say, oh, but there's so many distractions up on my screen. Minimize them. There's a really cool Windows 10 feature. Well, that's the thing. There's a really cool Windows feature called the shake. So you take the bar of the application at the top, like Teams, and you click and hold, and you shake, and everything else disappears. Because you know what I've got right now? 3 screens of background with Teams on one of them. Yeah. That's it.
It's exactly
Pay
what
attention,
I did now.
people. Be in the moment.
Yeah, Windows key M and then open up Teams if you don't want to shake it like a Polaroid picture, right? But I mean that's the thing. We talked about etiquette in actual physical meetings, and we talk about etiquette via email, right? And that should also extend now to virtual meetings, right? Where literally you don't take your phone into a meeting, you don't sit on your phone while you're sitting in a meeting. I mean that's just rude, right? You don't talk over people and all of that, The same should be extended to Teams because we're working from home. So understand what the little red ball and next to the presence icon, whatever you want to call it, means. So if it's yellow, it's the person's either away or busy. I mean, there's an actual clock that shows in it, right? If it's set to do not disturb, do not send a text because, well, actually, the only time you should send a message is when it's in do not disturb, right? Because it's not going to pop up.
That's right.
So then send it. Yeah, so it's actually counterintuitive.
It is, and so this is the other thing as well is this thing again that people have this frustration that I get too many notifications in Teams. That's like me saying that I don't know, the sun's too bright. Yeah, I don't like this planet. The sun's too bright. I'd like to move out to like Saturn or something where it's a bit colder and darker. No, put some sunglasses on. Yeah. Don't look at the sun, wear a hat. So what do we do about that in Teams? What do we do about that in Teams? Tweak your notifications. Because do you need to be notified every time somebody likes your post? No, you don't.
No.
Do you need to be notified of trending topics? Probably not. Do you need to be notified every time somebody replies to a conversation that's in a channel that you're in? Also, probably not. Go into your notification settings and tweak them. Don't complain to me that you get too many notifications or that I'm disturbing you. That is the nature of this product.
Well, also, I mean, you mentioned earlier on about status updates, right? So generally what I do every morning, I try and keep it whimsical, but I literally, by the time the person wants to send a message to me, there's going to be a window that's going to pop up and go, I'm sending you information about what I think before you type that message. So they're going to see it before they send me a message, and hopefully that will get them to think twice. So if you were going to say, well, hi, before you send that message, is it important? If it's not important, if it's important, call me, phone me.
Yeah.
If it's not important, think about sending me an email. But I'm not going to respond immediately to a Teams message because you're at your desk and you're expecting me to respond immediately. So there are ways of making sure that the people that you are dealing with actually know, A, what you're doing, if they're just going to blatantly disrespect the presence icon. Because right now, working from home, and we're all doing that, if I walk away from my desk, nobody knows that I'm away from my desk, right? Unless I set my status to away, right?
Yeah.
And then, but not that they even look at that, because normally someone would come up to your desk and they don't see you and they leave. Nobody does that. Nobody checks the icon first to see if you're at your desk. They'll literally hit the dial button and I'm on a call and another call's coming through.
Oh, my God, yes. How hard is it?
Sorry, I've got to jump off this call because someone else is phoning me, and then it's a whole prioritization thing.
Yeah, I love it.
Also,
there you go.
And also, no, finish your sentence because
I'm busy was a feature that had to be built in. Like, you're busy. It would be because busy. We've got busy for us is call waiting in Teams, and was the same as busy. So they actually had to build in busy on busy, which is I'm busy. I don't want to receive the second call. It's like, yeah, of course I don't want to receive the second call. I'm busy. Like that's the thing is we live in this world of like multitasking all the time, and I have ADHD, so I struggle to maintain my own attention, let alone, maintaining attention when I'm in meetings and those kind of things. So the problem is that applications like Teams, Facebook, Twitter, all these others, they simulate similar things that affect people with ADHD, which is this constant notification, constant craving for new things, constant distraction. Oh, something vibrated. Look at it. Oh, something vibrated. I had actually someone at Ignite came up to me and said one of the issues they had with Teams is the UI, that it's all in one, and people don't like it when they're in a Word document and then a chat message comes in and they click on it and then they can't get back to the document because they have to go to the team, the channel, the tab, the file, or whatever. It's like, all right, so let me tell you there's 3 things that you can do about this. 1, press the back button. Literally, will just take you back to the last thing you're at. 2, respond in the toast notification. Just respond in there. That way, it goes away. 3, don't respond.
My favorite one. Don't respond. Yeah.
Don't respond.
Close the window. Close it.
Because people do not need your immediate attention. Don't respond. You want to finish that Word document? Finish the Word document. That's it. And that's the thing is, I think you made a point about how, and I come from a world of using Skype and, Link and OCS. So I've been using these products for years. For me, if you're available, then you're available. Doesn't mean, though, that you're available. So my general thing is, hey, Al, you got a couple of minutes to talk?
Yeah.
Or are you in a position that I am right now? That's the thing is, depending. If I want a response, I will ask, are you in a position to give me a response? Not just I've sent you a message. Why haven't you responded within 3 seconds? What kind of SLA is this?
Yeah.
Just going to have a beer of
Yeah,
Corona.
you keep drinking more of that Corona. The other thing I wanted to talk about is humans and webcams, right? I actually posted today on Twitter wanting to know how many people actually switch their webcams on, because I've been on 5 calls this morning, right? And it's magic.
Sorry, just closing my webcam lid.
But how many people are switching on webcams today? And the crazy thing is, right? So we've got these the Zoom zealots, right? Can we call them that? The Zoom zealots. We've seen posts. People saying that custom backgrounds like the Loryans that you are seeing right now, and we can neither confirm nor deny that is actually a background in Teams. It might be a separate camera. We
could be using Zoom right now. We could be using WebEx Teams. Does they have that feature?
Yeah. Well, you could be sitting in Slack right now and integrating into Teams, because we've Edge, right? Well, it's coming, by the way. So you can have a Teams meeting in Slack from WebEx, right? And joined by WebEx. Yeah, with a Skype person. Yeah. So backgrounds. Everyone's wanting custom backgrounds. You know what?
And 3x3 video as well, and 4x4.
That's like Brady Bunch watching an episode of Jimmy Fallon where everyone's singing, right? And these are the Zoom zealots, right? People that don't understand the purpose behind Teams or the purpose behind actually having a meeting. You can't have a meeting with 17 people's faces on the screen at the same time. No, if you are playing, but that's the thing, right? If you are having quiz night from home, great. By all means, right? Quiz night, have a drink, everyone's drinking wine and hitting the buzzer. Perfect. But if I'm having a conversation on a meeting, it's generally, the meeting is there for a purpose, right? To convey a message with a specific outcome.
Like, when you're having this meeting, do you sit around the room and do this? I need to see everyone's eyes and faces at the same time. No, then why do you need to see all of that in Zoom?
So that's the thing, right? If everyone's complaining about why do we not have a 9x9 or a 10x10 way image inside of Teams, why is no one switching on their webcams? What's the point then? So now I've got 15 blocks with initials. Nobody's switching on their webcams. So if you want that feature from Zoom available to you inside of Teams, then you need to switch your webcam on.
Yeah. Hey, look, I have this debate with a mate of mine who I'm very much a turn your camera on kind of person. Let's give it another 3 minutes, shall we?
That's 3 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, I'll set Alexa set a timer for 3 minutes. And so he's very much I don't feel that I should turn my camera on. Now, I respect that. That's fine. But you're not from time to time turn your camera on. What I don't care for is the meetings where you've got like everybody's got their camera on except one person, or you're the only person with your camera on. I just go, no, I'll just turn my camera off, and now I'm going to sit here and make faces.
Yeah.
What else we got?
That's
what else do we hate
so,
about Microsoft Teams?
My top tips about Microsoft Teams is, one, people need to understand the same thing as meeting etiquette.
No. We're not doing top tips. We're not those people.
Don't we do that? Because it's not factually correct, right?
I have one for you. People who want to put channels for everything. Like, I get it, and I love compartmentalization. But part of the wonderful thing about Teams is a thing called threading. That if you use the format functionality within Microsoft, I've gone all of a sudden really calm and mellow here. And the beer's kicking in. Hi. If you go, sorry, I'm just creeping a bunch of people out. If you get the editor window up when you're composing a message, you can put a heading up there. You can put, headings within the message. So you can put a title, you can put headings, you can put dot points, you can put a table. You can format the message nicely. So all these people are like, oh, just create a channel for it. Why? How long was this channel going to exist for? Oh, so we're going live with a project in 4 weeks. Let's set up a channel because we're going to talk about maybe 3 topics over those 4 weeks. Why does that need its own channel? Thanks for creating another folder in SharePoint for me, and for creating another location people have to go into to find.
Well, that's a multi-user chat, right? Multi-user chat instead of a channel, right? Did you know that you can edit the name of the chat?
Oh, yes.
There's a little pencil icon next to the name. Edit that, and now it's topic specific, right?
That's right. They need to think, what am I doing? What is the purpose of this conversation? What is the longevity of this conversation? Think before you speak. Because do you just say, you know what, I'm going to book everybody in this area to go into that meeting room over there to talk about this thing? No. You pick the right people and you choose. Is it an online meeting? You choose, is it a face-to-face meeting? You choose a bunch of things. So why is it in Teams? People just go, oh, create a channel for it. Think.
So our top 5 tips for what we hate about Teams and how you can fix it as a human, because it's humans that we hate about Teams.
Don't be a dick. Don't be a dick. Don't be a dick. Don't be a dick. Don't be a dick.
All right. So I'm not going to be a dick and actually give the viewers out there some informative things. Understand what status updates is, understand what the presence icon does and how you can mitigate that. Switch off notifications if you don't want to be bothered by everything. Switch on your webcam. Stop worrying about background blur, because all you need to do is really just turn your screen around and make sure that you're facing a blank wall. There must be a blank wall in your house that's not in your bathroom. All right. And then what was the last thing? I don't have any more, but that is my top tips.
Think about where your conversation should go and what the purpose of it is.
Those are our top tips for what we hate about Teams.
Yeah. You.
So if you enjoyed this episode, we might enable commenting. I'm not sure if Loryan is going to enable commenting or voting. If you like it, if you don't like it. If you do like it, hit the link. I'm
going to enable them. But if you're a dick,
put it back.
If you're, no, because I was only on the one video. But if you're a dick with your comments, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say it.
Yeah.
So, but if you're going to be a dick and put negative comments on there, no, I'm not going to disable comments. I'm going to hack the internet, find where you live, and come to your house like in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
That was a suggestion, actually. So like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell if you actually want to know when the next episode is coming, and we love your feedback.
When it's constructive. Ciao, ciao.